What's up, you guys? It's your girl Leah J, and I'm with my beautiful best friend.
Pamela, Nicole, what's up, y'all?
You guys, let's welcome back to Dynasty Queens, my beautiful people. You guys, coming to the Dynasty Queens house today, we have a very beautiful guest. We have the lovely Miss Lea Robinson. Let's give her a warm welcome. Dynasty Queens style, y'all.
Hey y'all.
Yes,
Thank you too. Y'all so beautiful. So thank you.
yes, same. I'm loving this energy, right?
Yes.
This bad B energy. Beautiful queen energy is what it is.
That's
Leah.
why it takes one to know one. So thank you.
Okay, period. Okay, so for those of y'all who are not familiar with Leah, give the viewers a little bit of rundown on who you are, where you came from, and what you are all about, girl.
Oh, I'm like, where do we start? Hey y'all. My name is Lea Robinson. I am an amazing R&B singer, an actress, an entrepreneur, a God-loving woman, and all the above. Okay, and I'm just a really good human being. Outside of my gifts and my talents, I feel like God did His big one with me. So yeah.
Okay, period. She said God did his big one. I'm here for it. So Leah, growing
Yes.
up, where did you grow up? Like, where was your birthplace, and where do you call home? Like as a child.
So I grew up in Jersey. So Inglewood, New Jersey. That's where I was born in Teaneck, and I grew up in Inglewood like my whole life. So now I'm actually in California. I made the big leap to honestly, I booked a one-way ticket. I prayed. I was like, God, you tell me where you want me to go, and that's where I'm gonna go. And I told like 3 people because I didn't want nobody's opinions. I didn't want nobody's fear on me, nothing. And I'm here now.
Wow. Okay.
California June and boo boo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. So are you based on LA now, or what area are you in?
I'm in LA, but I feel like I'm really wherever the work is. I was just in New York probably like a couple days ago. So wherever the money's at, wherever I gotta be, that's where I.
I'm gonna be there. So Leah, give us a little bit of background. So how did you get your break into the entertainment industry? And was it like a love for music or a love for acting that got you your big break, I guess is the cliche that they say.
So honestly, I feel like I was like bullied into the industry. My whole family is within entertainment and music. My grandma Sylvia Robinson started the first hip hop label ever, and like really stamped the hip hop genre. So that's kind of like not kind of, it is my bloodline. So I feel like I kind of just grew up naturally, like on tour and in music and all these types of things. So I always just loved it. And once I started getting older, I was like, wait, I actually got a little voice. I can sing a little bit. And then I just started really like working on my craft. And I just feel like everything that you do prepares you for everything that you have to do. So I'm a skilled artist, performer. Like it matters to me to be really, really great. And not just one of these like mediocre people. No shade, but
Right.
it's levels.
Right.
So yeah, that was kind of my start, and I feel like God is still doing really awesome, amazing things for me. Like there's some things that like I prayed about and I didn't tell nobody, and I'm just like, God, you heard me, okay? Like I literally, even with acting, people don't know when I was on Pose, I wrote down a list of 300 things that I wanted God to do for me, and I prayed over that list every single day, before I really like started my day and when I was going to sleep. And 2 weeks later, I got the audition for Pose. And I was like, I'll see y'all on set because I felt it in my spirit. I was like, God, ain't no way you gave me this opportunity that's right here and I prayed for it and I'm not going to get it. Literally, they booked me the next day. Then as I'm on set filming Pose, I wrote down in my notebook again. I was like, God, allow my episode to be like just touched by you and be nominated for great awards. Tell me why my episode and my episode only was nominated for an Emmy.
Oh wow.
Said God.
Yes. What was that episode about, if you don't mind sharing?
So it was the season finale of Pose. So like the last like episode of the actual show. And it was phenomenal. Like I was part of the House of Evangelistas, which was like the lit house to be a part of. And it was just a beautiful experience. Like everybody on set was super cool. The vibes, the energy, everybody was just dope. And I feel like that's even rare because you'll hear things too about actors talking about how like people got egos and things are weird and uncomfortable. I felt none of that at all.
It's literally like family, and that's like so important. Like with whatever you do, like any career, like if you feel like that family aesthetic. Like you can do it, you know.
And I think your energy and what you bring has a lot to do with it. Like, I don't care how big somebody's ego is. I don't care what's going on. Like, I feel like I naturally bring the best out of people. I'm going to bring a light to people. I don't care if you're having a bad day, a great one. You're going to feel better by the time that you leave me. I know that. So it just was like I carried that energy no matter where I was. And I know I'm such an entrepreneur too, because I have a brand called People Blockers, and I brought socks for everybody. Like, nobody on that set didn't leave with a pair of my socks. Like, the stylist had it, the actors had it, and it was so funny because one of the people that the stylist of the show, she ended up spending like maybe almost $300 with me like a couple weeks after because she wanted some more socks. I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. She created those repeat customers. That is brilliant marketing, but also it was looking out for your cast too.
So what is the I'm interested because I always like to listen to like what people name their brands. So People Blockers. I mean, it sounds self-explanatory, but why don't you give us a little like insight? Where the name stem from and your mantra on your business?
So, okay, I'm naturally like a people watcher. Like, it's just a thing that I like to do if I'm at dinner, if I'm like anywhere, I just like to people watch. So, I prayed on it once again. I was at a gas station and I was like, God, like, people blockers, people watchers, what am I going to call my brand? And I love wearing sunglasses like a lot. And I feel like when I'm wearing my sunglasses, like, can't nobody disturb my energy, my peace, or nothing. And I was just like, all right, if it's available on Instagram, that's the name of my brand. And it was. And I was like, all right, here we go. So it also just contributes to like blocking any weird energy. Like, I don't do that. I feel like my home, my aura, everything is like a safe space. So People Blockers was just really just deflecting any weird negative energy vibes and just like keeping what's peaceful around you. So yeah.
Yes, I love that. She's like, you know what? They say shake them haters off, keep them haters away. She said, I don't need any of the bad vibes, no bad energy. You know, let's just block people, period.
Yeah, that part, the weird ones. It's like, I don't do that because I'm such a good person. So when people get weird, I'm like, you can go.
Like,
This why don't bother me. I love it.
That part.
Okay. So let's go back a little bit, Leah. So we know that you probably grew up with hip hop all around. What is like one of the first, tracks that you heard as a kid growing up? You're like, okay, yeah, my family's really doing this thing, and I like this song. Like, this is the culture. Just something that like stands out in your head.
It was Rapper's Delight. And at the time, I really was like, all right, like, I get it. Okay, y'all started hip hop. All right. Like,
Yes.
as a kid, I did not care about none of that. It was so, number one, like, normalized. And two, it was just like, my first introduction into like entertainment was when my family went on tour with NSYNC. I love NSYNC. I didn't care what my family was doing. I was like, I don't care to watch y'all. I'm here for Justin Timberlake. Like, that's it. So, yeah, that was kind of Rapper's Delight for sure. It was like my first introduction to hip hop because I literally heard it since I was born.
And do you think that since you already came into that mentality of, you know what, I kind of want to do my own path, my own thing, that you had more of a confidence when it came to honing your own craft and your own creativity? Or did you still take some, hints and tips and maybe some guidance from your family as well?
I really have been the black sheep of my family forever, so I always just did my own thing. Like, I ask questions when I need to, I get advising when I need to, but I really like being in my own little world and creating from a space of like, God, you tell me what to do, because everybody's path, everybody's blueprint is different. So just because they did it a certain type of way does not mean that's going to work for me. Like, people out here will tell you so many different things, and it's like you really at some point have to hone into what makes you happy, what is working for you, because they're going to tell you based off of their experience, and who's to say that's going to work for me? So
right. Very true.
Now, Nia, just looking at Lea, like, even though she grew up with like hip hop, like having that dynasty of like just the hip hop music scene, you don't look like a hip hop type girl. Like, so tell us a little bit about your style of music. Do you dive more into like, just R&B? Like, what would you consider your music style?
my music is nostalgic, and it really is like duality at its finest. I'm a Gemini. My birthday is on Monday. Just throwing that out there, okay? really is two different sides of me. Like there is my calm homebody side. I don't want to be bothered by nobody. I just want to be in my little space, like my sage, have a glass of wine, and call it a day. And then there's that other side that's like when I'm on stage, get a little crazy on there, and it's very sexy and it's very sensual and very free. So it really, honestly, just depends on how I feel. But I have like a very dual personality and dual like stage presence too, because it's like even with the shows that I'm building right now, I'm taking you in so many different dimensions. Like I'm starting off very just like sexy, and then the ending is like very just calm and like divine healing energy. So we just take you through some things.
Yeah.
Right. I love that. What age were you when you started writing music?
Maybe like 11, 12, and my first song was trash. Oh my God. My friend Tyrell, he still has my first song and he refuses to send it to me, but it was so bad. And he plays it as blackmail all the time. And I'm like, please just delete this song. It's so bad, but it's a part of my journey. So it is what it is.
You know what? I think along the way, we all need to remember where we came from, and you had to start somewhere, girl. So the fact that I'm sure if I were to listen to your music now compared to when you were a preteen, you're going to see the growth, you know? And I'm sure you're proud of the growth, right?
I feel like I'm always consistently on a journey of like, how can I not even perfect it, but just grow even more. Like I don't like being comfortable. So many people they fight for comfortability. I'm like, financially, yeah. But I'm like, when it comes to pushing my gift and my talent, I don't like being comfortable. I feel like there's always so much to learn. There's always so much to do to like improve on anything that I'm doing. So yeah.
I do have a quick question for you. We're going to go back to Pose.
Okay.
You play Teena on Pose. And what would you say y'all's similarities are, you and Teena?
Confident. Like I just like when I was just in that vibe. Number one, they booked me exactly how I look. So my 6'13" middle bust down part wig, my nails, everything. Number one was like done by my friends. So one of my best friends had did my wig. My other best friend did my nails. They literally booked me how I was at that time. So I just feel like my confidence level just was like out here. Like my body felt good. I felt sexy. So it was really just like I'm commanding the stage. And even when I was on set, everybody was like, damn, like you killed that. Oh my God. You just like, I don't know, but I loved it. And it just made me feel like, that's how I feel like when I'm on stage. So I really felt like we were damn near the same person.
Love that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I really think that's cool when an actress or actor can kind of be synonymous with the character. I'm imagining it probably puts a lot, you don't have to put as much effort, but still give it that smooth delivery, you know, but just being able to be yourself sometimes in a role, I'm sure, you know, is a little alleviating, right? Or do you like a more challenging role?
I mean, both. I'm into both. This one was still challenging though because they booked me as a voguer. I've never vogued a day in my life. I was like, literally, I'm a dancer though. I was a ballerina. I did tap, modern, everything for years. And I was like, well, if I can do that, I can do this. I don't feel like God will give me an opportunity that I'm not ready for. And like I said, I love to learn. So I literally learned how to vogue on set. Like that was something I had never done before. So that was a challenging piece. And I have sciatica in my back at the time, and that is like probably one of the worst pains you could ever feel. It's like a pinched nerve, but shooting down your butt, your thigh, and your foot. Like it's horrible. I would not wish that on nobody. So I didn't tell anybody that on set because I'm like, I'm here. I'm not going nowhere. Like I didn't want to say anything, but that was another challenge too, like staying warm and keeping my body just like stretching. And I had Advil and Tiger Balm in my bag. Nobody knew these things, but I'm like, I got to do what I got to do. So those were like, I feel like the biggest challenges of being on Pose.
All that whipping of your head and, you know, voguing, like all the movements that you just have to do. It's like intense.
Yeah. It was a lot. It made me very like appreciative of all the people that be doing that like full time. Cause I be seeing them doing the drops and everything. I was like, oh, my back. No. Like,
Can we get a little sample of, you know, yeah, okay, look, girl.
She said, look. It was a good time though. It was good.
Hey, look. And how was it to like study that era of like, the voguing and the history and the culture, and how it all went hand in hand? What was that like? Or did you already have a little bit of, uh,
I'm I'm a deep diver. If I'm gonna do anything, I'm committing to it 1,000%. So I definitely like did a deep dive and like the knowledge behind everything. But I also had loved the show so much, anyways, that I kind of knew what was going on and where it was going.
right.
So yeah, but I always feel like you need to be knowledgeable of everything that you're doing, like, and be the best at it.
Yes. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so question. Who
Yes.
is someone that you've met in the industry that has really struck a chord with you for the good? Like someone who really stood out and you were like, you know what? I really enjoyed working with this person. This person has a really genuine spirit about them. They're the real deal. Who is that?
Honestly, and I don't even think she knows this, but Seven Streeter.
Mm.
Years ago. Number one, she taught me, she doesn't even know this, how to politely kick somebody out of the studio. And
Mm.
I was in a session with her recently and I'm just like, she's so pleasant and so talented and so beautiful. And like, I adore her writing, her artistry and everything. And I just feel like she has evolved into such a beautiful person. And like, she's just a great human being that just happens to be like this ball of talent as well. So definitely Seven. And also Snoop Dogg and his wife. I went to a session with them a couple years ago too, and I was at Snoop's studio. He was there. We were all working, and his wife was just so cool and so humble and so chill. Like somebody that we were with had lost his grill, so we had to go back to the studio. We're digging through the trash can, and Snoop's wife comes with her best friend, and they're digging through the trash can too, helping us find this stuff. And I'm just like, it makes me feel so appreciative to be around legendary, dope people, but it also makes me feel like my nose is up too when I'm around these younger artists who have such a crazy ego. Because I'm like, do you know who I've been around? And they don't even act like this. And who are legendary people that you would kill to be in the room with. But I do not like egotistical people that just have like it's a level of just like harmful cockiness. I'm very confident. To certain people, it could be very like off-putting, but I'm not demeaning anybody. I'm never that, but I'm very like, yeah, I am that girl, and I know that. Mm-hmm. So I feel like Snoop for sure and Seven, like just great, dope, talented people that are good, solid, great quality people too.
Wow.
And I think that's the misconception too with like people in Hollywood. Like a lot of people just think that, oh, there's just a certain type of way that they are. Mm-hmm. And they're just people too. Like they have different talents than other people, but it's just that air that people just kind of like pre-assume that people have, and it's nasty. And like you said, with how like the younger generation is, like a lot of influencers out here are just kind of like, oh yeah, my shit don't stink. It's like, well, how long have you been around and what have you accomplished in this little time? Like, you have to pay your dues. You have to.
That makes me feel like too, like, to be honest, I'm like, you really haven't been around no money, or you really haven't been around this lifestyle. Because I'm like, if you have, you would know how this kind of goes. You would know how to treat it and act because it'd be regular to you. But I'm like, it's very clear to me when people act like that. I'm like, oh, you're new money. Like, you just got here. You don't have to know how this works. Because the people with real money, I feel like that I'm around that have taught me things. I'm like, we never have to have that energy because your soul speaks for itself. You don't need to do that to be that.
Right, exactly. I also think it can be a little bit of low self-esteem when people are they seem condescending of others. It could be a, identity issue. Like, I'm not confident within myself, therefore I have to put this negative connotation on others to kind of make them feel low like me. And that's pretty much the definition of a bully. You have low self-esteem. So yeah, I mean, it's really important to, hone in and stay true to who you are. And it obviously seems like you definitely have been doing that. Now, we talked about the music. So what was like your first major role that you got? Breaking in the door.
For music or for acting?
No, for acting.
It was Pose.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yeah, I was doing stuff when I was younger, but I was tired of it. And I was just like, I don't want to go on auditions every day. I just want to be a kid and play with my brothers and be a tomboy. Like, so my mom was also dope. And she wasn't the type of mom that'd be like, no, you have to do this. She really was like, be a kid, do what you want to do. So, but when I started getting back into it, Pose was like,
Pose was the. So what did you do as a child star? Like, what is some of the work that you did?
so me and my brother did like Kids Bops commercials. We did like Burger King stuff, and it was lit. I should have knew I was gonna be fired since I was younger, because I went to the Kids Bop thing as an extra, and they ended up making me a lead role, and I was like, yeah,
Oh, that's right. You served them, okay? You
yeah.
served them. You're ready, okay? You're ready in the Burger King ad, ready to pose later in life, okay? You was voguing on them. However you do it.
It's okay.
Never mind me.
It's okay.
We're gonna get it together. She's gonna have to teach us, these days how to like have a whole little bow class.
Like when they fall back, I'll do it on the pole. I'll just have it under my arm, just like
Oh,
Teach me that though, because pole work is no joke. When I tell you, I did a movie, and I was like a dancer. The way my body felt trying to like learn certain tricks, I had black and blue marks all over my body. Like, that's no joke at all.
I call my pole literally. I call it Ike, and I'm Teena. Like you get, it's insane.
Yeah, that upper body strength you gotta have too is like lit.
Lea sees it all the time, so she knows like it's
because Pam recently started her pole fitness journey, so she's really, I'm really proud of you. Also, I just think women are just beautiful. Like, we just are so creative. It can be so powerful, and I think if more of us knew how to join forces, we could be a really dynamic group of individuals. But a few of us get it, right? A few of us get it.
For sure. And I feel like it's a difference of like joining forces with, I feel like you just got to join forces with the right people too, because so many women do that. But I also feel like you can't be around women that you're intimidated by or that make you feel uneasy. Like, I tell people all the time, I'm like, listen, if my page or anything I do makes you uncomfortable, unfollow me. I don't want you liking because you feel like you have to, but you really kind of envious and jealous, and you don't. I make your spirit uneasy. Like, unfollow everybody that make you feel like you're not doing enough. All of that stuff. Like, I don't.
Hey guys, it's Pamela and Nicole from Dynasty Queens, and I'm here today to give a huge shout out to our sponsor, socialmediablastoff.net. If you're out here as an entrepreneur, an artist, a model, you name it, and you're trying to get your business off the ground, they got you covered. Whether you're on social media platforms such as Instagram, X, Facebook, or if you're an artist, if you're on wanting to get on platforms such as Spotify, Apple Music, or Amazon Music, socialmediablastoff.net has you covered. Since you're new to the game, go ahead and save 30% on your purchase with socialmediablastoff.net and get your business going. Go ahead and scan that QR code right down here and got you all set. I know for me, like with like my tribe, it's always women that it's like, if you make me feel beautiful the way I make you feel beautiful, if we are reciprocating that same energy,
Yes.
bitch, I know I'm a bad bitch.
That part.
And there's no hate, there's no ill intent. Like, it's just love, That's what I look for.
Me too. And it's needed. I feel like I get a bigger high off of when women compliment me than any man. I'm like, yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. But I'm like, I could be looking busted and go to the gas station and every man comment. But a girl saying, I'm like, okay.
Exactly. Like, you're looking like something when you get a compliment from another lady. You're like, okay.
That part.
Better this time. I love it.
Since we're talking about like empowering moments, what would you say, Lea, is one of the most empowering moments that you want to tell us about?
I think they happen kind of often. I feel like God knows, and I be needing to hear certain things, but I have so many like messages that just come to my phone randomly from people that are just like, yo, you spoke life into me 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and like, thank you so much, because now I'm doing this. Like, I see things for people sometimes, and when I see them, I tell them. I don't ever have a pride or ego to where I can't call somebody and be like, I just had a flash or vision of something and I feel like you need to do this. Like, just throwing it out there, but I believe in you and I feel like you can do this. So when people like come back and they're like, Lea, you believed in me, you spoke life into me, and now look, I'm doing this thing that you told me about, and like you saw me, like a girl, literally, I can play it for y'all, just sent me a message like that yesterday. And my other homegirl, like I told her, I was like, you need a book. I was like, your life is insane. You have so much knowledge. You have so much information. She wrote a book and she thanked me on like the first page. I'm like, girl, I didn't need that, but I saw that for you. So like, those moments to me are empowering for me. It's like, and it also makes me so appreciative of words and using them the right way, because certain people, they be playing with the things that they say, and I'm like, I don't at all. I love to empower people. I love to leave people better than when they came to me. I want people to always feel like, even when I'm not here no more, like, this bitch spoke life into me. Like, she made me feel good. Like, my spirit felt good around her. My spirit felt at ease around her, and she always made me feel like I can do more and do better.
Absolutely. The tongue is very powerful.
Girl.
So the things that we actually put out there with our mouths, they make a difference.
Yes.
I hate to bring up something that's so old, but if you can think of like how Tupac and Biggie were constantly rapping about passing away and death and all this, and they were so young. Now that I'm realizing I'm older, I'm like, they were so young talking about death, dying, and this, and then unfortunately, look what happens. You kind of can set yourself up for failure if you talk about it enough and believe it, but it can work so well in the opposite direction.
For sure. Even when I see these music videos and I'm like, I be seeing people like in caskets and stuff like that. And I'm like, y'all are just aimlessly playing with your lives and seeing yourself there. I don't play about anything like that at all.
Yeah.
Like I had a friend also that was like very jokey and said little things like that were, to me, just like, I get who you are, but also I don't talk like that, so don't bring that energy around me. I'm like, I'm so very particular with what my words are, how I talk to people, how I talk to myself, and how I allow other people to talk to me. So it's like, I don't care if things is a joke. Certain things ain't a joke for me. Like, especially knowing how powerful words are. Like, even when people are like, I'm dead, I'm like, why are you saying that?
Right.
Where did that come from? I'm like, is that like, I don't understand it. I was like, I would never say that.
Right.
It's a millennial thing. It's a Gen X, Gen Z, whatever. That's what they do.
I think people from the beginning of time have, had negative thoughts and spoke it into existence. I don't even think that's a generational thing. I think that's been around. And I think even when people have, depressing thoughts or, maybe feeling down, I know I have a source. I believe in God. And Lea, you kind of talked about that a little bit. Go into detail with the viewers and share how your spirituality can kind of really uplift you and how you encourage others with that spirituality.
I just feel like life is hard with God. So life without God, I don't ever want to feel that.
Yeah.
Like I said before, there's things that I've prayed about, that I've cried about, that nobody knows except for God. Even like the place that I'm living at right now, I did not have a place to live this time last year. Like, I literally booked a one-way ticket. By the grace of God, I had great friends that were like, listen, stay in our back room, figure your life out. You want to be in LA. I got a job. I still got a job. A lot of people don't know that either, but I'm like, I don't care. I'm not prideful or egotistical to not tell people what the real reality of my situation is. But God is my everything. I remember crying for help. And I was just like, God, like, I just want a place of my own. I want somewhere that's safe. I want somewhere that's like this. And I'm tired of relying on other people and like things that I've just cried about for so long. And the fact that like, I have a place now. I have a home that's lit. I got a walk-in closet. I say, God, like, I just feel like God is my everything. And I feel like I just make him the forefront of my life. I don't do nothing without God. I pray about everything. I don't care if it's a parking spot. I'm praying for it. I go to church almost every single Sunday. Like, I'm tithing, whether or not I'm in town or not. Like, God is my everything. And I feel like I made a vow to God myself. Like, I will do nothing without you. And I don't care where I am. I'm taking you in every single room that I'm in. Like, I don't care. Somebody could say they're atheist. That's your thing, shorty. I still got God. That's my homie. And we gonna talk. So like, I don't know. I don't ever want to feel life without God. God makes me feel calm, my spirit feels good. I just feel like that's my dog. Like,
Right. Yes, I love it. You're actually you started glowing when you started talking about God.
You do.
That's amazing. It's like it kind of radiates, and people that are true believers, they get it. It's something that you cannot fake, you can't make up. It is, and it's very natural, and that's the way it's coming across too. So that's amazing that you do have that relationship with God, and I wish so many more people understood like the gravity and how important it is. Because I as well, sometimes I just look up and I'm just like, hey, thank you. I'm
yeah,
grateful for every milestone, every step of the way. Even when there's a setback, it was for a lesson and for a reason. So that's the way I look at it.
even that, like me and my friend Ashley, we have this prayer that we say every single day, and it's hold on, let me read it to y'all. We say it every single day, and it really helps me to just trust God. And even when things go weird, it's like, So the prayer is, God, have my day, take over my day, and allow me to be obedient, that if things go off course, allow me to still follow your guidance with grace. And anytime anything goes like off course, I'm like, okay, grace, I'm gonna just trust it. I'm gonna trust you, God. You don't do nothing by mistake. So yeah.
Wow.
It's such a simple prayer, but it has such a big impact.
Mhm.
Start reading that, it's like, ooh, wow.
Yeah. To me, those are my favorite prayers, opposed to the stuff like, in Latin and stuff, you're trying to figure out what's going on. Give me a prayer. And if
Yeah,
it makes sense to me, then I can believe it and it can come to fruition if I believe it because I'm understanding, So I think that's so important. Man, oh my goodness.
Like, God makes no mistakes. I literally live by that every day.
right.
You could be having something happen, just something whack, something's off. It's for a reason, and you got to reflect into what that reason was, and you learn going.
That part.
Yes, it's a beautiful thing. And then just having that relationship with God, I'm sure has attributed to, all the amazing things that you've done over the years. What is something that, or actually a person, an actual role model, someone in your life, a human figure, that really inspired you to just do big and wonderful things and that you're so grateful for to this day?
My parents, they're cool. They cool. They like I have never heard so much of like, I'm so proud of you, Lea. And it's like there were times in my life where honestly I didn't care to hear that. I'm like, whatever. Like me and my dad now have the greatest relationship ever. That's really like my best friend. But it wasn't always like that. My dad never really said things like that. Like he barely said I love you. I had to force it. I was like, come on, I know you love me. Say it. Like so now it's like we're in such a better space to where it's like that as an adult, hearing that makes me feel like, damn, like I'm really doing something. Like that's really fire to hear your parents say that they're proud of you. So yeah, that'll never get old ever.
I can relate to that too. That was how me and my mom were. Like, we fought like cats and dogs. Like all my adolescent teen years. That's my homie. Like, I love my mom to death. I'm talking to her every single day. Like, I don't know what she's doing. Like, you taking a nap? Get your ass up. We gonna have a conversation.
Okay,
Like,
that
you
part.
just, you know.
It be like that. And I tell people too all the time, like people that go through things with their parents, I'm like, please just take it day by day, because what your reality is right now does not mean that has to be your reality like a couple months from now or a couple years from now. 'Cause I went almost a whole year without talking to my father, and I was really okay with it. I was like, all right, cool. Like, I've always been the type of person, I don't care who you are in my life. If you're not treating me, I feel like the way that I deserve to be treated, I don't care to talk to you. And he knew that. And it was bothering his soul. And I'm like, well,
You gotta do what you gonna do about it.
yes. So now that things are like this, I really be telling people, I'm like, please just like trust in God. I prayed over the relationship between me and my parents, and it's so much better now. Like me and my dad go out all the time. That's really my homie. Like we be drinking together, we go out together, get lit, go to restaurant. We like, that's my dog. Like I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I feel it's so important as well to have a really good relationship with your parents and family. And I really think it really helps develop us into the people that we become. So it's beautiful for you.
For
So
sure.
beautiful.
For sure. Now, I did want to touch on the music one more time, Miss Lea. I know you just released a single this year.
Yes.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about that and like the backstory.
So the last song that I released was called Will and Jada. I'm actually gearing up to release another song, just handling a lot of the annoying business aspects of the industry. But yeah, I released Will and Jada on Valentine's Day. And honestly, I did that song maybe like, I want to say like 4 or 5 years ago. And it just was sitting in my computer. And I was like, I love this song so much still. And I was playing it for people. And they were just like, why isn't this song out? And I was just like, because I was holding on to it. I wanted it to be the perfect rollout and this. And I'm just like, stop thinking about the perfection. Just put this shit out and just give them some new music. So I was really happy that I did it because the song is just really good. And I feel like that's one of my favorite songs I think I've ever written. And it's just like a good love song. And I felt like that was missing too when I dropped it. There was so much ratchet shit being played and my ears were tired. My brain was tired of just hearing all of that. So I was just like, let's just put out a good love song that just feels good to the soul and that people could really just listen to. So I dropped it.
And that's so refreshing too, you know, that she said that, Nia, because there's a lot of ratchet ass shit out here.
What a ratchet shit.
Something else.
And it's duality. Like, I love the ratchet shit. Don't get it twisted. I love it. But I be needing to not hear that all the time. I'm like, are there girls that don't want to talk about popping all day long? Like, I need something else. Where are the girls that want to be in love? Like, where's that?
Right. So crucial. We need some balance in our lives, ladies. Okay. It's so important. So now you put yourself on the spot because we're going to have to hear a little sample of, one of those Lea classics. Like, give us a little sample of one of your favorite songs that you put out there so we can get a little taste.
Or even one of her favorite songs, girl.
Or one of your favorite songs, but I would like to hear one of hers.
I'm trying to, I have so many fucking songs. Like,
what's something you've been working on that you want the,
Oh, sorry. Oh, that song is so toxic. It's so toxic. It's so toxic, but it's so good. So I'll just sing a piece of the chorus. Oh, it's so toxic. I'm gonna send it to y'all too so that y'all can hear it too. But
okay, bet.
It's basically about me like unintentionally making people fall in love. Like, I'll be telling people, I'm like, please don't fall in love with me. I'm not in that space right now. And then
okay.
Wait, hold on. Don't be in love right now. I'm not ready yet. But it goes, sorry I made you feel like you the only one. Said I'm sorry I made you feel like I was all in love. Sorry I made you feel like all of this shit was real. Said I'm sorry I made you feel like all this shit was real. I'm sorry I made you feel like you the only one. So sorry. Said I'm sorry I made you feel like I was all in love. Love. Sorry I made you feel like all of this shit was real. Sorry I made you feel like all this shit was real. Sorry. I just had milk, guys.
No, that's okay. That was beautiful.
I'm gonna put that. Hold on. Don't put that part in.
No, that's okay. Nah, that's all right. That's the singer. You didn't even warm up. You just went for it. And then you corrected the note.
See is on. It's a lot happening. And I had a show last night, so it's a lot. Sorry.
Girl, you are in safe spaces. You're at the Dynasty Queens house. We're just having fun.
Thank you, baby.
The viewers will appreciate that. Oh, my goodness. What is up next for Lea?
I'm on tour. There's so much happening. I'm like, there's a lot going on. I have a show on the 21st of June in LA. And then, where are y'all? Y'all are in New York?
I'm actually neighbors. I'm in Vegas.
And I'm in Atlanta.
Oh, Atlanta. We love Atlanta. Okay. So yeah, I'm planning a tour right now because literally I woke up and I was like, people need to see me on stage. Like, I'm really a hell of a performer. Like, so good. And me and my best friend are literally planning everything right now.
Oh, wow.
I came to New York. I was booked like every single day. So that was really cool. We like damn near sold out everything that we were doing. So it's going to be a busy summer.
We Love to hear it.
Yes. What's next for y'all? What can I do to help y'all? What's up?
This is next for us. We're featuring you on, the next episode of Dynasty Queens, so the viewers can really get a chance to get to know Lea. And you're on our platform, so it's a good look for us. So this is what's next. Dynasty Queens moving forward, okay? We got some big names on the platform.
Okay, that part. Y'all put it on YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
To make sure I subscribe.
Yes. Everybody who's watching, make sure you go ahead and subscribe, and also leave some loving comments for Lea. Share your thoughts about, today's episode or whatnot. And, make sure you follow the page, right?
Period.
Yeah.
Follow me Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at the Lea Robinson, youtube.com/I am Lea Robinson. And my single Sorry will be coming out soon, y'all. I'm usually very, very warm when I do my ting. So sorry, it's been a long day, okay? Yeah, I love y'all. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes. It's been so much fun.
I have one more question. And this is a question that we failed to ask, Lea. I want to know your favorite female and male artist, female and male actor.
Okay. Favorite female artist, Lea Robinson, for sure. Favorite male artist. Ooh, that's hard. Ooh, that's hard. No. Because I feel like he just won a battle just now and we got the same birthday. I'm gonna go for Kendrick. We're gonna say Kendrick.
Okay.
Actress, Angela Bassett.
Okay. That's a good one.
Angela.
What's your favorite Angela Bassett movie or role?
There's so many of them. I will forever love What's Love Got to Do with It. Like that's just a classic. And I feel like it didn't get the awards it was supposed to get. That was an iconic movie. Also, honestly, Meryl Streep is one of my favorites too. I feel like she's phenomenal. I love Meryl. Like, love her. Male actors. I love Lorenz Tate. I feel like, first of all, I feel like he's aging backwards, so I don't know what's going on there. Read the secrets, but I just feel like I love his choices of roles like a lot, and there's so much like you can't box him into like, oh, he just does this. Like there's an array of things that he can do. Like he can piss you off in a movie, plus he can make you feel really, really like beautiful and special. Like I really love his style of acting, and of course Denzel too. And I love also Leonardo DiCaprio. He's fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. That's some definite range, like a lot of different type of, personalities and stuff. So I like, the genre and the classification, race, like whatever. These are my folks. But I
feel like they all make you feel different things. And I also, acting is beyond like the words you say. I feel like acting is more like you should be able to know what a person feels just by looking at them. Sometimes it's the way that they look at somebody or the way that like their body language responds. And I feel like specifically Leonardo is really good with that. Like he's really good.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite roles he ever played, there's two. So young Leo was in What's Eating Gilbert Grape. I loved him in that movie because he was the special needs brother and he played that just flawlessly. And then I would have to say Great Gatsby. I don't know what it is, but
good. Oh, I forgot one. Another favorite, Jim Carrey. He's so good. He's so good.
And he has range too. He has range.
The Truman Show is one of my favorite movies ever in life. Like that is such a good movie. So good.
Right. Yeah. Ooh, good stuff. Good conversation.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. We love to have a good time. So once again, it has been a pleasure, an absolute pleasure, Lea, having you on the show. What are some final words in closing that you have for our viewers?
Keep God first with everything. Life is so much better with God. Secondly, just do what you love. And don't ask too many people their opinions on it, because I feel like the second you start inviting too many noises into your space, that's when your brain gets cloudy. You literally have to quiet the noise and just figure out what you want to do and how to execute it, and look at what's around you. Because so many people, I feel like too, whether they're starting a business, whether they're in music, they're always just like, oh, I don't know where to start. I don't have the resources. And it's like, I feel like if you go through your phone right now, if you have one idea, somebody in there will be able to help you with something. And people don't look at what they have at their disposal. Like, they look at the finish line instead of, okay, let me see what's around me to help me get there.
Mhm.
So, yeah, that's it.
That's just some words of wisdom. Thank you for sharing.
Anytime.
Yes. Pam, do you want to close us out?
Absolutely. Y'all, of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you can keep up with our latest episodes. Lea, my love, it has been an absolute pleasure. Woo!
Thanks for having me, ladies.
Of course, darling, of course. And of course, in closing, I'm Pamela Nicole. You've got my beautiful best friend.
Nia J.
And this was another episode of Dynasty
Dynasty Queens.